everybody out there. How y'all doing today? I hope you're doing good. It's Friday, July the 31st. The end of July. Can you believe it? We're uh we're getting are you, sure you're on the squirrel nest too.
Yes.
Yes. Oh yes. And we're just covering our bases here, making sure all our technical abilities are working uh, for you. It's all about you, folks. Don't forget it. I have it. I miss you. I miss you bad. And I'd like to be out there playing for you, but not yet, folks. They won't let us. We're doing a few experiments around Nashville here. I think John Hyatt just played this past weekend. I haven't talked to him today about how that went, but I'm going to because we have a record to make and a tour to get back together next year. So looking forward to that. John Hyatt, what an amazing cat, and we're going to make some great music next year. But right now, I'm going to try to make a little music for you right here on the old worldwide interweb. I hope you're out there listening, and well, let's have some fun. Here we go. Here's one. I'll tell you what this is afterwards, and maybe some of you will know. Some of you from over yonder across the pond will probably know. yes, oh yes. Oh, I love that applause. But that's an old Robbie Burns song called Aphon Kiss. And I've heard some really great versions of that over the years from people like Karen Matheson. This last go round of transatlantic sessions over in the UK, we had Rachel Sermani. Ooh, she sang it, and it was beautiful. And she had a completely different version of it, which is great. I mean, those songs are timeless, and you can do anything to them, and they're still going to sound beautiful, except what I probably just did there. But I have the memories of the real good versions in my head, so you don't have to worry about it. Well, is everybody safe? Everybody healthy? I hope that you are, and this stuff is really getting serious. Well, I'm missing a screen here. Has that been gone long? You would know, but yeah, it's getting kind of dangerous around here so in Tennessee. So I'm just locking myself down in the squirrel nest here and putting laying down a few tracks for people once in a while, and I'm getting back on the horse this week. I've had sort of the week off taking care of an uncle of my wife's who's a VA guy, and getting him resettled. And the VA is a wonderful thing, or at least it has been in this situation. I know that they're not always, but boy, they're doing this man. They're doing him well. But I'm gonna move on. Play you a song that I've played many times with Russ Barenberg and Edgar Meyer. I mean, I keep coming back to these guys. We should get together and when times are good and play some songs for you. I bet we do. Having fun. Edgar's been sending me really funny emails lately that I can't talk about on the air. Uh, Russ is a pretty quiet guy. He's really busy teaching guitar, and I'm the one that doesn't have anything to do. So I'm sitting up here talking to you. But this is a song called Through the Gates that I've played in some crazy places with them. Also, I've played it. Chris Thiele likes this tune, and I've played it a lot with him and with Nickel Creek. So this is Through the Gates. It's a Russ Barenberg situation. Thank you, Russ. Thank you, Edgar. Thank you, folks. I hope you like that song. I really love that song. And I can't wait to play it with them again. You know, it's we've played some crazy places. We used to play it down in Hickory, North Carolina, at the Arts and Sciences building. It was a nice room. There's some people called Acoustic Stage that had us in. Edgar and Russ and I would roll into town a day early and play a house concert there, and then we'd stick around and play our real concert there, and in the big hall, Catawba Arts and Sciences. Am I right? I mean, somebody will straighten me out on this, but yeah, we had good fun there, and always a good time. Great bunch of people. North Carolina, as I say often, is the cradle of civilization for bluegrass music. That's what I think. Kentucky, uh, pretty nice too. But North Carolina, whew, that's where all the good banjo players come from too. And so actually, Bela Flack and I did a duet show there one time, and we had two shows. We did them. We did it was one show, but we split it in half. And in between shows, Bela and I switched shirts, and I put his shirt on, and I thought, man, this shirt really smells bad. I don't know what he's eating. It's just a constant diet of spam. I don't know, but I put on his shirt and it smelled really bad. So I went ahead and did the second half of the show, and then I gave him his shirt back immediately. And when I gave it back to him, he thought I'd done something to his shirt, but I swear it was like that before I got it. Later on, we found out that his cat, whose name was Animal, he he'd been a little miffed at Bela before he left and decided to fix his whole suitcase up. Everything in his suitcase smelled the same way, so I didn't do it. I swear I didn't do it, and the cat did it. But he really did. But back then, Bela and I could actually switch shirts. How about that? But we ran around together and we did a lot of shows down there at Acoustic Stage. It was a fun place to go. Steve Metcalf was running Green Acres, just not that far away, and that's also really close to where we're going to do the Earl Scruggs Festival next year, where we would have done it this year, but we'll do it there, and that's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be a blast. I mean, we've got a lot to look forward to next year, folks. See, this is all kind of bad right now, but think about next year. Oh my God, what a great year for music! I hope. And but I'm figuring we'll go back to work. Not too long. Oh, lots of applause. Lots of applause. Wish I had one of those big organs. Baseball. I don't think they're going to make 60 games, but team keeps teams keep dropping out. We're not going to make it to 60 games, folks. Uh, It'd be the first World Series ever played. Winner, whoever wins the first one wins the World Series. Because how are we gonna know? How are we gonna know who's healthy? You know, and you don't want to give the most valuable player the trophy, and then they're so weak that it's too heavy for them. You know, that'd be bad TV. But baseball's it's sort of a big test, isn't it? Basketball, and we want our sports. I mean, we're Americans. We want our sports, just like the UK. You know, they want their soccer, their football, and we want ours. We want our sports back. And I mean, it gives us all something to talk about around the water cooler instead of politics. Yuck. And so politics. Yuck. Anyway, thanks, folks. I hope you can hear that tremendous applause everywhere. But I'm going to play a song now. This is a song I wrote called "The Last Wild Moor," and it's a total ripoff of a Leuven Brothers song. And if you know who the Leuven Brothers are, if you don't know who they are, I'm going to show you. This is the Leuven Brothers. Uh, they were one of the greatest country music brother singing acts ever, probably the best ever. And one of them was a little crazy. You know, don't let can't let things like him trying to strangle his wife with a telephone cord uh, put you off. She shot him 6 times and he didn't die. And the doctor said he's going to be okay. And she said, if I'd have known that, I would have reloaded. But there you go. There's just a little bit of Leuven Brothers stuff. I knew Charlie Leuven really well, and he was a beautiful person. And we actually, with I was with Allison, and we played Charlie's sort of last show. And Charlie was so excited for us to get on stage, but he went on before us and did almost 2 hours by himself. And we were going, I thought you were going to die. I mean, we thought this was his last show, but he just went on and on and on, and he had enough hits to cover it. So we let him go. It was so funny, and he was having a blast. So hell, your last show, you should have a good time, right? He did, and it wasn't that long till Charlie did pass, and immediately a book came out with the same cover, Satan is Real, and it's that cover. These guys didn't have enough money to shoot a real cover, so they they took one of them took their son's race car track, the board from under the race car track, took it out and cut it out the devil, and painted him red, painted a face on him, stood him up behind a bunch of smoking, burning tires, and they took the picture. ah, where where did the days like that stuff go? But I love their music so much. I cut a thing a long time ago called "I Don't Believe You've Met My Baby," and Allison Krauss sang on that, and it was on a record of mine called "Slide Rule" a long time ago. But I love that song. Heard my dad's band do it forever and ever, and talked Allison into singing it, and yeah, she aced it. And she told me, she said, I think I can do it better. And I started to argue with her. And then I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. And she sang it again, and it was better. I trusted her completely from then on out. And she knows when it's going to be better. So this is called the Last Wild Moor, which is a ripoff of Mary and the Wild Moor, which is one of the saddest songs ever written. And so I'll play this one for you. The telephone cord. I talked about that. Yeah. Oh, Ira Lubin. This is a little known fact. Ira Lubin, for people who live in the Southeast and know about Tennessee Pride sausage, Ira Lubin was the guy who sang the commercials. Pick up a pound of Tennessee Pride, and then he'd sing a little bit. And but it was Ira Lubin that did that. For those of you out there who always wondered that, I just answered that trivia question for you. Okay. I'm having a good time talking to you today. Can you tell? I should play. There are a lot of people who'd rather hear me play. I don't know why, but here we go. Got a little confused there, but that was pretty good. I think I'll put this guitar down and play something else. But yeah, I will actually. Here's an old song that I've played. Probably you've heard me play before. Uh-oh, gotta do something else here. It's really fancy stuff I've got going on here. But there's more than one way to get out of a dobro strap, and I just did it. That's old Blackie there. You've been hearing Blackie a lot, but this is becoming one of my favorite guitars. It's built by a friend of mine, Chris Holcomb, out in Santa Cruz, out in that area, San Luis Obispo, somewhere in there. This is a song called "If You Got the Money, Honey, I Got the Time." Whoa! Thank you, folks. Thank you very much for that nice applause. It's very nice of you. And so we're gonna play one more song. And I wrote some notes about that song. I was on a label called the Master Series. It was on MCA. Tony Brown, wonderful producer, gave a bunch of us instrumentalists a shot at the major labels, and we did pretty good. And I was on there. I was on the Master Series. Um, let's see who else was on there. Albert Lee, Edgar Meyer was on there. John Jarvis, the great piano player, was on there. Let's see who else was it. Billy Joe Walker was on there. Billy Joe Walker, great musician from here in Nashville, played on those records, and also Larry Carlton. Y'all know Larry Carlton, amazing guitar player. Played on Steely Dan records and does his own traveling, his own records. They're great, and that's all I can think of right now. But Acoustic Alchemy was on that label, and I played on a couple of their records, their Master Series records. So it was nice to have those out. And what would be nicer is if they were in print now, which they're not. But we're trying to get them put up on iTunes or something so you can at least access them. And stream them instead of hard copies, which you don't want piling up around your house anymore anyway. We're going to melt all of those CDs down into a great big old frisbee one of these days. We're going to send that sucker to Mars. It only takes 6 months if you're riding a CD to get to Mars. It takes much longer if you're in a spaceship. But I want to play you one more song here, folks. And thanks for showing up today, and I'm glad I did too. And it's just going to be another week of, well, Groundhog Day, huh? But there's some good things. There's some good things happening out there. Got to keep an eye on those. Play some country blues. This is an old Doc Boggs song, country blues song. Uh, we called him Dog Barks for a long time because we couldn't remember his name. We called him Dog Barks, but we were wrong. It's a Doc Boggs. It's a little confusing. Stay with me. Thanks for coming, and please give all you can to Music Cares. A lot of musicians out there hurting, and we want to help them. Music Cares does. Music Cares has done a wonderful thing for musicians in this town. And we also have an act in Congress that's about to help us out. We hope, we really hope uh, the restart, it's going to give a lot of small businesses money and a whole bunch of stuff like that. Said I wouldn't talk about politics, don't really want to. But, it's something that interests me because uh, it might help me too. But so thank you for tuning in. And next week there won't be a Flux Friday. I've got a thing to do on Saturday for a few dobro players. We're going to have some fun, but and we put this thing up for sale on Topeka, and
Topeka Live.
Topeka Live, and it's sold out really fast. So we're going to do another one. We'll do another one, and we'll keep doing them. But also, uh, that's called the Jerry Douglas, the dobro according to Jerry Douglas. So that's what you're going to get. And Also, I've got a teaching method coming out pretty soon, and the first part of it's going to be for believe it or not, beginners. And I had to really stretch and figure out, remember what it was like to learn. But it brought so many amazing things back and so many little tiny things that I forgot that I did, but they're on there. And so we're going to be finishing that up pretty soon and getting that out there to all the sick and shut-ins that need to play the dobro and drive their whole family crazy. So join mine. See you, folks.